Well, to get everybody on the same page in your supply chain or in your order production quality management is to first of all treat your supplier with respect. And don't treat them like your enemy. I don't think enemy is the right word, but create an environment where you work together on your goals and objectives. If you look at the current relationship between buyer and supplier, brand retailer and supplier, then I see quite a lot of good examples where brands and retailers embrace their supply base and that they truly collaborate with their suppliers longer term, in good and in bad times. As I'm coming a little bit more from the lower end in my career, you see still what I saw happening when I became a buyer. At the end of the 80s, I became a buyer, and I was a young buyer, and I went to suppliers with my colleagues who were a bit older at that time, and they had no respect for the supplier because they were the buyer, and the supplier had to follow. And crazy enough, we're living now in the 21st century, and I still see that happening. The moment representatives of organizations are sitting on this side of the table, they utilize the power they think they have over the supplier. So at the end, technology will, in the coming years, overcome that problem and make retailers and brands and suppliers more partners in what needs to be achieved and what needs to be done. With the digital platforms and the digital tools, you will create transparency where the quality officer and the merchandiser and the buyer have full insight and instant insight what's going on with my order. So that will automatically improve and establish the necessary collaboration of order production and quality management. How can we get our supplier on board? The moment we get that question, I know that the relation of the buyer, or let's say the retailer or the brand with the supplier, is not, in my opinion, as it should be. Because that expresses already that there's no true collaboration. However, to answer that question, it is a big advantage for the supplier as well, for the vendor or the supplier, to work with digital tools, because they will have also less emails. They don't have to maintain large Excel sheets. The communication will be much more easy. It will be much more transparent. So if something goes wrong in the management of an order, it is visible. It's not always the supplier to be blamed. So what you very often see is the hide and seek, right? So retailers and brands say, how can you guarantee, Jos, that my supplier will update the daily outcome of the production in your platform? How can I trust it? Yeah, I can't give you the answer to that. But if you have that question, you have to question yourself whether your relation with the manufacturer is as it should be. Because if you show respect to the manufacturer, and if you give them a collaborative, open, transparent platform, why would they hide and seek? If you allow a supplier to be honest to you and to say, listen, I couldn't manage my production today or this week, so we're delaying for 3 days, and you say, okay, let's see if we can solve it together, they will be transparent and they will not hide and seek. But the moment you start punishing them, the next day will hide and seek again.